Yo, in this video, I'm going to talk about why it's important to inform as a manifester. Now, counter to everything that is told to us in hustle culture, entrepreneurship, general spirituality, which is do not explain what your next move is. Make moves in silence. Don't talk about what you're about to do. Just do the thing. Let the actions speak for themselves. You feel a dopamine release for something that you haven't actually done. You're effectively mentally masturbating, getting off on the idea of doing something instead of actually doing it, which they say also explaining things causes something to lose its energy. And then also other people can impart judgment or try to make your idea their own instead of just saying, wow, that's really cool. There's a bunch of reasons why. And unfortunately, as a manifester, the rules are so different for us. Those still apply, but in a different way, okay? So let's talk about informing. You're supposed to inform because manifestors have a very unique energy type. Okay, we have the only magnetic aura. We have the only repelling aura. Like we actually repel other people away. And we're often found alone. We are by ourselves. We're the lone wolves, the entrepreneurs, we're the trailblazers, right? Well, we also have the most powerful energy. We have a very powerful energy, and it's generally very obvious when a manifestor is in your presence and is up to something. You are responsible for cooking things up for everybody else. We are responsible for breaking trends. We're responsible for starting new trends. We're responsible for bringing about change. We're responsible for breaking tradition. We're responsible for starting new stuff, creating new things, going against the grain, going out on our own, going off of the beaten path. And it's important that we do that because other people like generators, manifesting generators, and projectors get to help us make those things happen. And if we don't start them, then there's no job creation for the projectors and the generators. It's up to us to create things so that they have stuff to do and so that they have things that they can help out. Because if we're not making stuff happen, then there's nothing for them to assist in the making happening of. You need to do things, and people can tell what you're up to. And they're almost like, they want to know what you're up to so that they can get excited. And even if they're not excited, they can decide not to be a part of your thing, whatever that thing is. This is like one of the jobs is wait to respond. I think that's a generator. Their job is to wait to respond. Ours is to inform. Theirs is to wait to respond. And so they have to respond to our informing. And if you never inform them, then they feel left out. And so everyone can tell that you're up to something, okay? And so you need to tell people what it is. So obviously do the thing, which is a whole other YouTube video, but tell people what you're up to in a way that's like, it's almost like declarative, right? So declare what you are doing, and not even just for them, but for you too. It'll actually feel better when you're like, yo, I am doing this. As crazy as it sounds, the crazier the better, actually, but declare it. Right? There's a famous Connor quote. If you believe it and you have the courage to speak it, it'll come true. And so this is actually for your benefit. It's for the benefit of everyone around you. If you are not informing, it's because you're living in fear in some way, and you're probably too scared to step up to the plate and announce people what you're doing. And so it's almost like a self-preservation mechanism. The manifestors need to believe in what they're doing before they can manifest anything. And so that's the prerequisite to informing. You can't just like lob it out there. It doesn't feel good. And that's probably why you don't like to inform too. And so instead, inform people. Be like, yo, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. And then everyone can relax. The whole universe can relax, even you. Now, people will, especially manifesting generators, they'll try to like take your and make it better. Or a lot of people, that's just what they do. You can tell somebody about an idea, and then right away they're going to start pecking at it. They're going to start attacking it. And that's unpleasant, but you got to get over it. That's going to happen. Accept that it's going to happen. Don't run from that. That's going to happen. Keep your idea shielded. Know that they can say whatever they want to say. They can try to nickname it. They can try to put a spin on it. They can try to make it their own. That can't bother you. If you let it bother you, it's because you let it. Because them talking is not going to change anything unless you change it. Because at the end of the day, It's your idea. You're the one that's doing it. No one else is doing it. They have no control over it. And so just relax that they have no control over it. And just, it's safe. Your idea is safe. Telling people about your idea doesn't put it in danger unless you let it. You don't have to let it though. You can just relax, because all your job is to inform. Your job is not to listen and take feedback. I heard that manifestors, all of our ideas will ever be rejected or copied. That's the only two. But even then, you don't need to listen to that feedback. We are supposed to just put out what we want to put out. However crazy or unique as it is, we're just so excited about that thing that we just have to put it out there and then look away and go walk the other direction, because you might turn around, you might start hating that thing, you might get sick of that thing, you have to set it on fire. So I bet as you're listening to this, you might be thinking of all the times that you put so much energy into something, and then once it's done, you start to judge it, and you might even burn it down, the thing that you spent so long trying to do. And so instead, put it down and be non-judgmental about it. Just make it and then walk away. Let everybody else figure out if they like it or not. That's not what we're here for. We're here to just do the thing that whatever crazy idea it is that is calling to be manifested through you. So see, that's a feature of informing, is you inform people and then they pick at it. And sometimes they'll show you some blind spots. And maybe if you're hearing the same thing over and over again, that's probably a blind spot that needs to be dealt with. But you have to be willing to put up with it. You have to be willing to just filter out, and there's going to be a lot more garbage than benefit. There's just people that clearly are not envisioning what you're envisioning. But sometimes there'll probably be good feedback, and it'll get picked at. And you might not like that feeling because your ego doesn't like that feeling. And then you go back into protection mode, and you're trying to protect the thing again, which is the thing we don't need to do because it's safe no matter what. If anything, you can really model it to the more that it gets pecked at, the stronger it becomes. So you almost want it to get pecked at from that frame. Peck away, then here you go. This is what I'm doing, peck away. And so that's why and how to inform. Now, I have not perfected this by any means, but you're not supposed to inform everyone of everything that you're doing. So that whole first part about why you shouldn't say what you're about to do still applies. It's very hard to balance the two. The best answer that I have heard is that you're only supposed to tell the people that it's about to have a direct impact over their lives. So people that what you are about to do is going to affect them directly somehow. You're only supposed to tell those people. Like if you live with someone and you want to inform them of what you're doing that day. If you decide to make a really big career switch or something like that, you should tell people. But see, I would say that people will know that you're up to something. Those are the people you informed. If you've ever met someone that's very eager to learn about what you do, I'm wondering if anyone has felt this. If you've watched this video and you felt this, drop a comment because I want to know. If you've ever felt like when you meet somebody and they eagerly want to know what you do, because if enough people have also felt this, then that means that what I'm saying is definitely right. Because those are the people that can tell that you're up to something, and those are the people that kind of actually might want to be along for whatever you are trying to make happen. Those might be your projectors, your generators, and your manifesting generators. They like your vibe, and they can tell that you're up to something, so they're asking to be invited in a way. That's a projector's call to action, is to wait for an invitation. They have to wait for us to ask their advice, and the generators have to wait to see if it's something that they want to do. And so if someone's asking you, it probably means that they like you and they want something. And yeah, a lot of this came through for me right now as of this whole video was a manifestation. I caught a wind of it. I was like, oh, I want to talk about this right now. And then you start pulling the thread, you pause the movie, and then you turn on the camera or whatever you got to do, whatever you are being called to manifest. You fucking get out your pen and pad, and then you and then more and more pulls out, more pulls out until it's done. Like right now, it's done. So I'm gonna get back to watching my movie. It's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, everybody. You know what to do if you like the video. Peace.